What's up, creeps? It's Jason, a.k.a. the Pope of Pain. And, of course, I'm here with JDK, or Justin, whatever you want to call this guy. Hello there.
Hey, how you doing,
What's
buddy?
Up? What's up?
What are you doing?
We're back for another Crypt Cut, and woo! It's been a fun morning already. But sometimes, when shit happens in this earth, you just wish what? I wish it just take me off this earth. Put me in space somewhere, right?
Sure.
So, which is normally half the days around here. I want to blast off into space. And so we figured, let's talk. Let's talk about our favorite we're going to space horror movies.
And this is going to get fun.
Yeah, and I'm talking about, we're not talking about we're already in space. So what is it, like your Event Horizons and all that shit. We're talking about, I guess, horror movie franchises and stuff that started on the ground right here and on this big giant rock called Earth.
Right. Movies that have no business probably being in space.
Yeah, and finally, like, you know what, we need to go to fucking space. But they're actually good movies.
Yes.
Or ish.
Ish.
Yeah, so I have two favorites. You got two favorites.
Yes.
And then we're going to give you guys two more that we think should happen, right?
Yeah.
A piece.
Two films that should be in outer
boy.
space.
Who ever thought of outer space, by the way? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. All right.
I wonder which horror film started. I wish we knew this, but I wonder what horror film started, like the first one. Like,
I don't know. That's a
let's
good question.
send them to space.
Yeah. Someone had the balls to do this, and I'm very, very happy about that.
Let us know in the comments.
All right. So right off the bat, my very first one, and this is a no-brainer to any guys, it's Jason X, right? When Jason, he's cryogenically, frozen?
Yes.
And then revived in the year 2455, man. And then he just wreaks havoc. Right? Which is the worst science experiment ever, by the way. Or
yeah.
Those little time capsules?
Yes.
We'll compare this, and in 30 years, they're going to come by, and people are really happy to see a newspaper article about fucking nothing, right? So people get so tired of that, they're like, we're just going to freeze dry a fucking mass serial killer and launch him into space and hope he just doesn't come unfrozen. Oops. Jason X. It was a great movie. It was a fun movie, And that's something, let me throw this out real quick, right? I got a lot to get off my chest today.
All right.
Woo.
All right.
Let me take off my fucking spacesuit.
Don't do that. You need to breathe.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. I don't want to implode. Oh, no, that's submarines. Too soon? All right. Anyway. All right. But a lot of people, they thumb their nose on these space movies, right? But look, why fucking not? Like, it's so unrealistic that Jason went to space. Can I fucking just say unrealistic? Well, how do you fucking mean? Because Jason is here. He's been buried, dead, back and forth. He's drowned for 10 years. He's come back. Of course, all these we're talking about make-believe shit already. Right. So why not just, hey, you know what? Open your mind a little, man, and enjoy this space trip that we're getting ready to go on. Because eventually we're trying to get there, right?
Yes, and it is a trip.
We're trying to get to Mars or something, right? So, and I'm pretty sure there will be some horrors on top of that. Not horror, like H-O. Don't get weird with me, okay?
It's horror.
Horror, not horror. All right, anyway.
But you do get some of the coolest kills in the Friday the 13th.
Great stuff, man.
Saga.
Yeah, the head crash, what everybody loves. And there's a really lot of fun ones. So if you go into Jason X with just that open mind, like, okay, fuck it, we're in space, let's have some fun. It's a fun movie.
You'll have some fun with this movie. It's
Yeah.
probly the best of the horror space.
We kind of started at the top.
It's a solid one.
All right, what's yours?
All right, baby. Semper Fi, kill,
Good,
kill.
good.
All right, yeah.
Oh, got me all motivated.
We're going Leprechaun 4.
Oh,
and
my
just
God.
in case you didn't get enough liquid nitrogen in the
Yes.
Jason X franchise, you get it again in Leprechaun 4. So basically, Leprechaun 4, he materializes out of a dude's peen.
So,
right?
Yeah, and I think these are like Space Marines or something.
Space Marines, yeah.
And look, guys, I know it's like, wow, he was like an STD, spawned from an STD.
Right.
I don't know how many of you guys been to like Thailand before or Philippines. If you did it in the service, you already know what's up. There's some... You might have to go get a shot every once in a while, right? So, and not saying it ever happened to me, but I have some friends that,
right.
They had to get I don't know what, like a boar punch. I don't know if you heard this. But, so who knows what could spawn out of an STD? I guess it's a leprechaun.
A leprechaun. Which, by the way, poor Lep, man. They don't even refer to him as a leprechaun once throughout the entire movie. They refer to him as a little space alien.
How about that?
They don't even acknowledge him as leprechaun.
Disgraceful.
But yeah, throughout this movie, you get some cool kills.
Yeah.
And again, I think this was this early 90s, late, whatever. But the point is, you get a Martinez, you get the black guy, you get the woman.
Yeah, they're all awesome.
They make sure the cast is all diverse,
which is cool, and that's
which is rad.
And that's the way it should be, right? So
the way it should be.
I think this was a 2000s. So when we did our 90s, I don't remember saying Leprechaun in space.
Did I say 90s? Okay.
So I think
late 90s, early 2000s.
I think it's early 2000s. This came out, but I actually like this movie. So
it's fun, and dude, at the end of the movie, you get the big middle finger that he's throwing up outside of the window.
It's amazing,
which is rad. But yeah, Leprechaun 4, is it better than Jason X? No, but is it a fun time? Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
and it needs to be on this list. All right,
absolutely.
So I'm going to throw one at you here that I actually look. I used to hate it, but I've been watching it a few more times. I actually like it. It's Hellraiser Bloodline.
Ooh, okay.
All right, this is Hellraiser 4, if you don't know. This is actually, I made Gina Marie, right, the other co-owner here, just watch it last night. I'm like, you're gonna fucking hate this, dude. At the end, she was like, not a bad movie. I'm like, what? So basically, it's about like a futuristic space station. I think the year is like 2127, something like that. So like pretty much like 100 years from now.
Pretty much present day.
Yeah, yeah, we're close enough, right? And the space station is called like the Elysium configuration, right? And it's basically built by the guy who created, a descendant of the guy who created the laminate configuration. Stay with me, right? So like the whole movie, we go way back. We go back to like the 1600s. We go back to modern day, which is like the 90s or 2000s when this thing actually kicked off, and then we go back to space. So we're getting hundreds of years of stuff here. But at the end of the day, the Elysium configuration is this big giant space station, but it's an actual fucking box that traps Pinhead. See ya, you're dead. Maybe not.
Yeah,
because there's like 14 more after this.
There is, but Pinhead in space is terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It was actually, it's a fun movie, right? So it's, I don't know. Hey, look, people can thumb their nose on all you want, but it's when you run out of ideas for, what are you going to do with Pinhead, right?
Right.
Bring him into space. Space is nice,
Well, hey,
they said you can't kill Pinhead. He says it.
He does.
Wrong. All right.
Wait, we're going to fast forward 1 year.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to Critters 4.
Oh!
Okay. So, actually, do you want to know something funny? This movie was almost called Critters Light, I found out, by the Kyoto brothers, because there's less than, you get 4 critters the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. So that was one knock on this movie, but I did enjoy, I think the critters look their best here.
They're good.
In the whole entire thing, which, by the way, it turns out they spent all their budget for part 4 on part 3.
Son of a bitch.
On the puppets, which, by the way, look incredible. Again, shout out to Kyoto brothers.
Totally.
But they had like nothing left for this movie.
Yeah.
So they had, again, about 4 critters in the entire movie. But you did have one baby critter fucking rip a dude's choke a bitch,
that was great.
Which was cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
But this movie, hey, it's a number 4 in the series. Maybe it's more like a number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. But what do we just call? So what was Leprechaun in Space? Is that 4?
That was 4.
Okay. Hellraiser Bloodline was number 4.
That was number 4.
Right. Critters 4.
4.
It seems like 4 is the number. 4 is the number where like what do we do? What do we do? We got 3 good ones. Let's fuck it up. Let's
go.
take him to space. Yo. So all right. That's I think. But big thing about this list, we only have 4 because there really isn't that many to go to space, and I think that we need to add a little to the space cadets. Here.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah. Okay. So both of us thought of 2. I don't know what 2 you picked. I got my 2. So we want to go back and forth here.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. First off, right off the bat, guys. Look, we all know Elon Musk is going to Mars. We're already doing space travel, right? Who was the guy from Star Trek?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, it's Spock.
Okay, whatever, right? He already went to space too. All these guys are going to space and all this stuff. So why not? All right, do Scream in space, or something like, or Ghost Space.
Ghost Space.
How about that? All right, I'd love to see a Scream, and you could easily do this, right? A Stowaway, or hey, we're going to colonize Mars, and well, fucking Ghostface needs to go to Mars too, right? So, and that's the beauty about Ghostface; it could be anybody, right? I think that's one of the taglines,
Yeah, it could be anybody, right? And if you got a crew of, let's say, a dozen,
yeah.
There we go.
I wouldn't mind like a Mars colony or a moon colony, and Ghostface is running rampant. The first serial killer in space.
Okay.
That's going to be a race to space. I'm saying space and race a lot. I'm saying all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But there is going to be a race for the actual really first serial killer in space. Why not Ghostface? Man, that's a lot of ace. All right.
Take everybody's money, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, man. Guaranteed.
Wes Craven probably rolling in his grave right now, but that's fine.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. Rest in peace, brother. All right. What do you got?
So I'm going Phantasm, buddy.
Ooh.
Could you imagine the tall boy in space?
God. Well, he kind of does travel time into different worlds already, right?
He does.
So now are we talking like in a space station, or what are we talking about?
haven't really dug that far yet, but here's where my thought process was.
Someone hit the AI button. Let's make this happen.
I think it's on Phantasm 2 poster. You get the ball is back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're gonna screw that movie Spaceballs. That this abomination of a movie.
Oh, I like that movie.
You're getting real Spaceballs,
Okay.
all right? You're getting tall man
Okay.
Spaceballs.
Okay. Real Spaceballs.
Real Spaceballs. And hey, let's be honest. That little horde of whatever those little people are in his films.
Those are evil. I don't know what they are
I
actually.
forget what they're called.
Yeah.
But now I could totally see them in space.
That'd be rad.
I mean, this movie seems
weren't
like
they already in space? Because like not the Jabberwockies, or maybe the Jabberwockies were in Star Wars. I don't know what those little guys were, but they were a total ripoff of those the dwarf guys in Phantasm.
Yes.
So yeah.
But that thought is what spawns this.
Okay.
So I think Tall Man needs to be in outer space.
Dude, I would be great. You could I know he's dead and everything, but just CG him. What else? You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real. I would love to know who Reggie Bannister would try to get with in space.
100%, right?
Like, who's he sleeping with?
Guarantee he's not dying until he gets laid. And you know what I want to see? I want to see that ponytail just float in the air, right? No weightlessness and all that stuff. That guy deserves every bit of that, man. So
Reggie.
Okay, my second one I want to see in space. Now look, we all have this, Earth's dying, I guess, and the big climate change movement, and we're going to save the world type of stuff, right?
Correct.
We all know this world's going to blow up one day, and so we're
Where are
already
you going?
we're already building arcs, right? To I'm sure we are to go into Mars and put some animals down there, right?
Right.
So by accident, we decided to take a shark. That's right. Take a shark and put it on this thing. Little do you know that shark DNA, the Megalodon DNA, doesn't do well in space, and it turns into Jaws fucking 5. We're going to space,
5, baby.
Jaws in space, and this is I can't take total credit. Gina Marie came up with this last night, and I was like, I love it. Jaws in space. Let's go. How terrifying!
Terrifying, but also
Like a space station aquarium. Where are you going to run? You're not. You're going to die.
Or are you going to swim, surf, whatever, dude?
In 3D again.
Of course, it's got to be 3D. If you're going to space, it better be.
Right?
I'm surprised Sharknado never went there. They've had a ton of installments.
Man, shout out to those guys.
You know what I'm saying?
That was like a bucket list of mine to be in at least one of the Sharknados.
Yeah.
Like 14. But they stopped making them, so I'm a little pissed. All right, so whatever. Jaws 5 in space. I'll be there.
Well, hey, shameless plug really quick. Speaking of Sharknado, we
Yeah.
are going to have Mike DeGrazia at the Gathering of the Ghouls who does the poster
Does
artwork.
all the post art for it. He's going to be at our Gathering of the Ghouls,
Yes.
man. What amazing artwork.
We
by
got to
this guy.
sneak that plug in.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Jaws in Outer Space Part 5 in 3D. Are you kidding me? Who doesn't want to see
Take my
him?
money, right?
Oh, my God.
And you know what? PETA will be stoked.
Yes,
All
probably
right.
not.
All right, maybe not. All right. So, all right, what's your last one?
Number 4, hey, I don't know how we didn't think about this sooner. Killer Clowns in Outer Space. In outer space. Are you
this
kidding
could
me?
be the sequel.
The sequel. So we've all been wondering what's going on with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Are they going to remake it?
How did I not think of this?
Dude, there's the sequel.
Like back to space, heading back to space, right?
Back to space, or just do Killer Clowns in outer space. You know what I mean? Just
done. Dude.
Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Kyoto Brothers or whatever.
What are we doing here? Like, how has this not happened yet?
That's the number one.
The one that deserves to be in space.
Yes.
Has yet to make it there, but
I was saying Scream, but no. The first thing we need to go space is Killer Clowns back in space.
it's criminal.
or from space.
Yes.
So whatever. We'll figure out. We'll work on that title.
We'll get the title. It's nothing will be as good as Ghost Space, but
That is pretty
Killer
good.
Clowns in outer space.
Pat on my back.
Yeah,
round.
no doubt. How this hasn't happened yet is beyond me.
Yeah.
It's criminal. It should happen.
So once again, Hollywood, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know how much more money I can just shove your way. By the way, right? And these ideas just flow like a river in deep Mars.
Deep Mars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. I may have been on deep Mars when we thought of this whole podcast.
That's probably how it's fun.
All right, so there you guys go. There's our favorite. We're going to space horror movies, and future we're going to fucking space horror movies or back to space. You know,
Right. And here's the fun. The audience. I want to know what you guys think.
Yes, right here, right on these cups. All right, underneath these cups, underneath this table. There's all we leave to do is we leave that there for you guys to write.
Right.
Let me know what you think should be the next space horror movie, and I'm pumped. We'll make it. No, we won't.
Probably not.
All right. Wait on a second. Beam me up. Boop.